What's up guys, welcome to Monchkinz Gaming, where we take gaming to the next level. This is Monchkinz logging in to bring you your Brave Cross Hero of the Week. This week's Hero of the Week is the Grand Wizard Starcaller. Starcaller is considered as a rear support hero as far as I know. Unfortunately, there is no image of him, so we can't really go over that. However, in the Wikipedia, we do get that he is a rear support DPS, whatever you want to call that, but I do believe it is a rear support hero to begin with, but they did add a DPS in the end. However, like I said, Wikipedia can be changed by anyone, so unless we see an image, I will stick with a rear support hero. He has ratings of B+ for survivability, A+ for DPS, and A+ for support. His main skill is called the Stormcaller. Now you guys will have to bear with me because Stormcaller is pretty hard to explain, and I will try my best to explain how Stormcaller works. So first off, Stormcaller will cast one random skill among 4, so there is a random chance 1 out of the 4 will be cast during Stormcaller. The first one is called Hurricane, which calms enemies and increases all the received damage by 35%. They also lose HP equal to 1% of max HP plus Starcaller's attack, which is, I believe, 15% times the hero star level per 1 second. This lasts for 1.5 times the hero star level, and the defense is factored into damage calculation, ineffective on boss enemies. The next one is called the Fog of War, which reduces all ally damage by 30% and restores HP equal to 1% max HP plus Starcaller's attack, which is 10% times the hero star level per 1 second. This lasts for 1.5 times the hero star's level. The next one after that is Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt deals lightning damage equal to 100% times hero star level plus 100 attack damage to 8 enemies and reduces their rage by 50. Now the last one is called Winterfell, which deals ice damage equals to 20% times hero star level plus 30 to 8 enemies. Each attack reduces the rage of the target by 15 and lasts for 1.5 times hero star level. Now this is probably the hardest way to explain this. However, if you just have to calculate by the numbers, it will be easier. So as far as the 1.5 times hero star level is concerned, basically if you have a 7 star, then that would mean that most of his skills will last for 10.5 seconds. So every skill that he has that has 1.5 times hero star level, how long the skill will last, or how I think that's pretty much it. The 1.5 times the hero star level for all basically 4 of the skills. I think 3 of them has this, which lasts for a total of 10.5 seconds. Now this is for a 7-star Starcaller. If you have a 6 stars, this will last for 9 seconds and subsequently will be lower as you go. So I'll leave it to you guys to put in your calculator how long his skill will last. Then the next one would be the Starcaller's attack, which is pretty much different for each one of these skills. So for the Hurricane, basically Starcaller's attack is basically 15% times the hero star level. So this is added onto his 1% max HP, and then you calculate the damage that way. So I guess it's not that big, I would say. Starcaller's attack is basically like 15% of that plus times the hero star level, then you add another 1% of the max HP, then it's all mathematically confusing, especially for each one of the skills. However, I must say my favorite out of the 4 is Winterfell, which is followed by, I guess, either Thunderbolt or Fog of War. Hurricane is a nice touch as well, but I think most of the stuff that I like is in Winterfell. It's much more direct and easy to understand. Now, I hope I explained that as much as I can, because we'll go into the talents next. Now, his basic attack deals 100% attack damage to 8 enemies. His attacks do not increase target rage, and there's a 45% chance to calm the targets for 5 seconds. Now, his main talent is called the Dormant Nova. If front heroes are alive, Starcaller is immune to all damage and unaffected by effects that reduce or steal stats, such as defense reduction, defense steal, attack reduction, attack steal, and when the last front hero falls, Starcaller also falls. All rear ally heroes receive 30% less AoE damage. If allied team has 2 heroes present among Dragoon, XMK3, Red Mask, Marcus, and Hawkeye, the entire team gains 50% damage reduction rate and 100% control reduce rate, which lasts for 14 seconds. If enemy team has Dead Star, Starcaller gains 100 rage when the battle starts. So if the enemy team has a Death Star in their team, Starcaller will automatically gain 100 rage when the battle starts. Kinda ridiculous, I know, but if you have any of these 2 heroes, which are Dragoon, XMK3, Red Mask, Marcus, and Hawkeye, the entire team gains a 50% damage reduction rate, which is a very nice touch. Now, next one is Attack Speed 5, Rage 5, which are all self-explanatory. And now we go to the Trigram art. Each time any hero, enemy, or ally uses a skill, or if an ally gains an abnormal status, Starcaller will get a star and gain 10 rage. Upon collecting 7 stars, they are consumed for a Trigram art buff for 12 seconds. So during this time, all ally units have 35% more magic damage reduction rate and 35% more bow damage reduction rate. Starcaller can collect stars when the Trigram art is active, but can gain rage. His mythic is called the Orator, which is currently locked at the time of this recording, but hopefully we'll find out when the release date will be soon. So Orator is Starcaller has a 30% chance to force a single target lock skill to be cast on himself. This includes Hanzo, Hephaestus, Dragoon's Counter, XMK3's Awakening, Fate Dynast, I believe, Noir, and Death Star, which is pretty much will do nothing because Starcaller is immune to all damage. Grand Admiral and Kingdom Guard are all unlocked once you get to 6 and 7 stars. So now let's go to the Unity. Now Unity, in regards to Unity, he has a Virtuous, which unlocks when you have Luna. And Sincerity is currently locked because Paki is not available at the time of recording. Now that I've tried to explain the most complicated hero in the game, let's talk about his pros and cons. As always, we'll start with the pros. As for the pros, he has a lot of pros. Let's start off with his basic attack, dealing 100% attack damage to 8 enemies. They don't gain any sort of rage and has a 45% chance to calm the targets for 5 seconds. Now, if you guys don't know what calm is, it's basically they don't gain rage for that amount of time. So 45% chance is actually really high. It's almost 50% chance, which is half for every time he attacks. Now I do have to say that his attack speed isn't that fast. So I mean, it's still good, but not that good. I mean, it's up to you guys what you want to do with that. Next up, of course, his Dormant Nova. This makes it so you can't kill Starcaller as long as you have a strong front hero. This could be Faded Red Mask or just a normal Red Mask will do as well. However, the Faded Red Mask is obviously the better choice. XMK3, Dragoon, you know, as long as you have a very strong front hero, you should be able to put Starcaller in your team. One of the things they didn't mention is probably the faded version of Kara Knight as well. He is a very good tank. I would put a tank that has an ability to regain their HP if you don't have any sort of healer in your party. In saying that though, Starcaller can still heal because of his Stormcaller ability. I mean, it is quite random, however, there is still a chance, especially if you do get Fog of War. That is basically where he can heal your allies or your party. The other ones are more for damaging and for debuffs. So, I would say Starcaller is definitely a good hero. Not only that, because of his trigram art. Now, if you have the heroes in the Dormant Nova, which they mentioned, which I will mention again, if you have Dragoon, XMK3, Red Mask, Marcus, or Hawkeye in any of these two heroes in your team, your entire team gains a 50% damage reduction rate and 100% control reduce rate as well, and this lasts for 14 seconds. I mean, it might be just at the start of the fight and it will last for 14 seconds. It doesn't really say if Starcaller will recast Dormant Nova, but as far as I know, I mean, this is just speculation that basically this will only last for the first 14 seconds. I mean, it can be a little bit too OP if we sort of I guess he can keep on recasting this skill. Now, all ally heroes as well gets a 30% less AoE damage. All rear ally heroes, I should say. Now, let's go on with the trigram art. Sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked there. Now let's explain trigram art. Basically, this works sort of like who's that hero? I know there's a hero that has Kitsune has some sort of buff like this as well. So basically, with the trigram art, for each time any hero, whether it be ally or enemy, uses a skill, he gains. And if an ally gains any abnormal status, Starcaller gets a star. So basically, he'll get like a little buff, and he gains 10 rage as well. So once he collects 7 stars, he basically consumes this and uses it to buff the entire party, which is 35% more magic damage reduction and 35% more bow damage reduction rate. So very, very good in terms of supporting the entire team. Now, let's go through the mythic ability. I know the mythic ability is not released yet at the time of this recording, but the 30% chance to force a single target lock skill to Starcaller is basically a very good way for you to counter these types of heroes, especially if they have a Dragoon that counters, and that counter hits very, very hard, and I must say. So Dynas as well, Hephaestus can one-shot your team or one of your team if they are low enough HP. So, you know, those are the things that you can avoid if you have the mythic form of Starcaller. Now let's go through the cons. The cons, I guess there's not much cons for Starcaller because he is a very good support hero and he does subpar DPS, I would say. I mean, he is more supportive rather than a DPS, but once you increase his I guess his relic, he would probably do a decent amount of DPS, especially when Stormcaller keeps activating because of his Dormant Nova, and of course his Trigram, especially his Trigram art, I should say. I mean, the Dormant Nova doesn't really gives him more rage, but if there is a Death Star there, he automatically activates his Stormcaller. I'm just putting it out there. So, I mean, the only con that I can think of is, of course, getting his shards. The only way to get it is through the Cross War Stadium arena, and you know, it costs about 1,200 to get 5 of his shards, and of course you have to participate in events. The only other thing that I can think of is basically if Dormant Nova is sort of cancelled, if this ability gets cancelled, basically say goodbye to your Starcaller, because without this ability he pretty much immediately dies. Now I must say I haven't tested this on the lair just with the hero and Starcaller. As you guys can see in this video, I actually put Red Mask there as well because I wasn't sure whether Starcaller can survive without a front hero at all. But I must say, if Dormant Nova is cancelled, which it can be, especially if your enemy has the final wings. The final wings can stop an ability, and if it stops Dormant Nova, Starcaller immediately dies. So he basically gets, I don't know, for as far as I could see, it happened to me once. He just died. I didn't even see the HP sort of start going down. He just immediately died. And I might cover it in the next video. See, I will try, I guess tomorrow. I'll try tomorrow if Starcaller dies just with the main hero in lair. Anyway, what do I think? My final thoughts, I guess, for Starcaller. Starcaller is basically probably one of the best heroes in the game. Kinda OP, but at the same time, he's very hard to get. PvE wise, there's a lot of things that he can obviously be in, especially if you have a good tank. Just things that come into mind is, I do believe it would be Chronicles 10 Eunuchs because he can attack in an AoE manner. Definitely enemy invasion and Battle of Dun Pass is also good because he buffs your Faded Red Mass. In PvP is, I think, where he truly shines. There's a lot of support for your entire party, especially if you have a strong tank. Anyway guys, that's what I think of Starcaller. Please remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, I would like to hear from you guys what you think of Starcaller. Do you believe that he's quite OP as I think he is? Or you think he's just a quite decent hero? I believe in the first thing that I said. This is Monchkinz logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.